Trying to see why this is not kicking to YouTube. Oh, there we go, I think. Trying to see. All right, sound looks good. Good deal. Um, man, what a fun time in the market, right? So for those in the room, just let's start off on this, right? So I put this call out here for this long, as you guys seen. For those who don't know how the community works, we recently pushed everything completely to BotJock. So I'm going to kind of pull this up here, but you can see this is how the signals come in. So you have your crypto signals. Yep, and then you can see right here, I'm letting it catch up. So TikTok, I'm showing you my YouTube, keeps it simple. So there's slight little delay in there, but you can kind of see here. So we had a BTC long we did here. It has a time stamped, 7:30 a.m. Told everybody keep it one or two. We did end up hitting ITM on this one. You can see with this wick. The reason why I put that out is, typically, although I may or may not be super explosive bullish this morning, a lot of times when you get close to the market open, you're looking at the stocks and stuff like that. So you can see the pre-market on the SPY is actually falling down now, but it was kind of pumping a little bit. And I anticipated that little bit of pump was going to give enough of a wick to push us into this level again here. And that's why I made that decision to keep it one or two. So um, let me, this window, I'll put it up here so it doesn't get hidden on me. All right. So, and a lot of times when we put these out, I'm going to try to give some guidance here. If I don't think that, if I believe that it can run to 3, 4, 5, a lot of times I'll just leave that blank and let you kind of play with that. If I have a really good insight that it's going to just run, then I'll add in that extra kind of little where to take that profit, right? But if you're looking for some guidance on that, that's what we put out. We put this out on where to take your entry, where to actually take your profits as well. So it had a great overall short last night. So you can see this was the short that was called. This was not put out in the room, but just a little insight on what the indicators do, right? So we had the short here that was called, played out perfectly, flipped to a long, played out perfectly. For those who are new to watching this, you're not part of the community. We do scalping in our community. We teach people how to scalp. So we're looking for these small movements, and we just get in, we get our money, and we get out, right? So that's why you'll see we do a lot of capitalizing on those type of small movements. So I'm going to jump real quick into the market. If you're first time joining the morning huddle in our communities, each time we do these. Morning huddles Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. And I typically try to keep it about 30 minutes, and then later I'll do a Q&A type thing for the community. Um, look at this pullback, right? And you can see that's the pre-market falling down. What I like to do in the 30 minutes is I'm going to do a quick cover on the market, where we see for the day. We'll kind of build our plan, and then we'll talk about our automated trading assistance. Our community is very different than other communities in the sense that we actually use automated trading as well as live trading. So we do teach live trading as well as use technology, right? All of our indicators, if you don't know us, are 100% custom. You can see here in the drop down, everything is BotJock Harmonic tracker, BotJock Bollinger Band, Zone Tracker. We customize all of our indicators to add the little extra edge over the market. Keep in mind, for those that are new to trading, trading is very simple. It's you against me. So whoever's got the better tools, the better knowledge, is going to win that transaction. So you definitely want to have the top tools. So that's why we like to customize things. We don't want to use the stuff that everything, that everybody uses. But, at the same time, indicators may be created using similar tools, right? But every tool that you have, every indicator you have is going to have rules to it. And that's where we come in to create these indicators as we add those rules for you. Um, so that's kind of where we're at with there. Let's look at the market. As you guys know, I typically track the SPX, the SPY, the VIX, and the Dixie. So just looking quickly at here, I already had this kind of marked up. We anticipated a pullback here. We took a put yesterday. And then we just I saw some support that was playing out here. In order for us to break bearish on this, we not only need to break this red line, but we need to break this trend line. So this trend line was not super long, right? But you got your 2 points here. We broke above it, and then now this is the retest, right? So if it holds this retest, then it could be very, very bullish. I would like to see this break below this green line and act bearish, and then this gap in here will fill. So that's kind of what I'm watching today. We have a holiday tomorrow, and so we have that in the weekend. So expect a lot of fake outs today. Should be a pretty wild day. Um, the SPY mostly follows with the SPX, so I'm not going to go deep into that. The VIX, as you guys know in the community, we have a massive support level on the VIX that has been holding somewhere around the 18.6 level, and it's trying to push up like that. We did have a nice little higher low here, right? For those that are new, you don't understand what all this means. The VIX works inverse, so if this goes up, the market goes down. This goes down, the market goes up. So um, this is kind of like for us to see a really big fall. I really want to see this push and clear above these previous resistance levels of around 20. And then once that breaks above that, right, we should see a pretty big push on it, which would that's where the fall would come in the market. So the dollar, I'm going to touch on this one quickly here. Mhm. I'm looking at YouTube. It looks like it's a few seconds behind. So hopefully you guys at TikTok are keeping up. I'm just pointing it there. I might do that a little differently tomorrow. Um, but yeah, so we're basically following this line, guys. If you don't have this line on the Dixie, draw it. You can just go to the daily. The beginning point, that I have, although I drag it past, this is really the beginning point that I marked, which is Thursday, the 25th, 2021. And then you kind of drag it through. It gets a lot of point hits, and you can see it's valid right here because it's getting a bounce, right? So, and then if you go into reset your chart here, and you can kind of see where that yellow line is. We fell straight to it, held support through it, and then now we're starting to climb. And you can see the Dixie is actually climbing, right, on pre-market. So I would suggest, or I would suspect that the Dixie is going to have some kind of push back up to retest this 102.5 level before it either rejects again, or it breaks above and holds its support. So you can see here we broke above, but it could not hold on the retest, and then it caused a significant pullback. So that's kind of what I'm watching on the Dixie. Total market cap, as you guys know in the room, we put this out yesterday. This were the upper levels that we were watching. Even with the push on the alts, right, we never really created like a significant higher high. We just basically rejected at the same point we rejected here. Came through. We had our kind of head and shoulder formation here, broke the neckline. The only thing that really held it here is this 200 EMA. And so you can see we're kind of fighting for our lives on this 200 EMA. My anticipation this morning, which I put out in the guidance, you can see this is also what we do. I'll show you the market insight here. So we put out some insight, and you can see this was put out this morning. And part of the market cap, we said that look for the resistance to hold to confirm the rejection south if we break under the 200. But if we continue to reclaim the 200, the push north will go to the upper EMA lines, right? So that's what we talked about And you can see we did have kind of a push up to this EMA line, and then it rejected again, right, so far. And that's going to be highly dependent on what the Dixie does today. So I pointed out here, this is our custom divergence indicator here. And so, when we flipped red, you can see, I mean, it just called that flip almost perfectly. It was pretty cool, which we talked about in some prior spots. But we got, I like to look at the market cap because it captures everything as a whole. Um, but this black 200 EMA line is what we really, really want to watch, because if we break below this 200 EMA line and we start to find this as constant resistance, then the significance fall, which would be the reclaim of this here, is what's going to take place. So that would come down, and then you would have your reclaim up, over, down. So that's the market cap. I'd just keep an eye on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is really going to look the same as the market cap. If you pull back the hour, we had this line marked a while back, so the 28,767, and you can see, we're basically this is why I titled it gap fill, right? So guys, gaps fill. I mean, we really haven't gap filled. We had this massive tear north since 19, and we just been trading sideways. So if we cannot break this 28 700 area and hold it as support, eventually this sideways trading is going to break down, right? And so we're going to have that fill. Now, my suspicion or anticipation here is going to be, we're probably going to break down. It's going to come into this area here, come down to retest 25.2, and then find some support along this area where we found resistance before. And then if this can continue to hold, we'll have another attempt upward. However, if we break below the 25.2 and act as resistance, then we're pretty much coming down to around 21.5. So, and again, that's going to be highly dependent on that Dixie. So, Ethereum had that tear. I was shouting out in the room when we were pushing up here that this is not going to hold. I was actually on a huddle, I think. Yeah, see, 9 a.m. when this happened, and I was telling you guys, can watch the video yesterday. I was telling guys, like, this not going to hold. Like, if you want to take a short, take a short, because you're going to make a ton of money. I shorted this right here, so I closed mine around this area here. And then I took this other short around this area, and I think I closed a little early, somewhere around here. So, yeah, like I said, Ethereum, as far as where I see it going, we can flip to the 1 hour. Again, just like Bitcoin, you got a big gap. The lines that I have marked is, it's already pretty much at its upper. Its next upper that I have would be around 2030. If it can't hold these areas, we're going to retest 1780. If it breaks and rejects off 1780, then the low I have is around 1481. So, and that's based off of, this trend line here that you have coming up, and then this massive bounce off of the line, right? So we're going to retest this line at some point again. It's almost certain. Let me change this one to like a teal or something, just because I don't want it to blend in with these greens. But that's kind of where I see the market going. We got about 15 minutes left, so let's jump into the ATAs. So these are the ATAs. Let's take a look at my long. Nothing really changed on my long with LTC. Y'all remember when I talked about it yesterday. I'll touch on it real quick because I do know there's people that don't probably know what I'm talking about. But these are automated trading assistants. What the automated trading assistants do is they trade for you. This is a product that we offer that once you sign up for it, you get the indicator directly on your chart, so you can see long and short, right on your chart. You come in here, you got the settings right here. So you can just literally, we've simplified this a lot. You can just get the basic settings, you get the take profit. You can choose all your dollar cost average, what percentage you want to do it at, what multiplyer's volume, basically, think of it like that. So you can see you have your base volume up here of 10. And that base volume is basically what this multiplier is going to be off of. So That's how you figure that out. We have stop losses. You can stop the ATA after it hits a stop loss. You choose your own percentage, and you close your candle when you want it to start. So literally, you have this area, this area, this area. That's all you have to fill out, and the thing just trades for you. So, so let's talk about my settings. So I have been running LTC. Let me make sure you can see this. I think you can on TikTok here. Um, so I've been running my LTC now for 15 days. My longs have made $460. It's on about a $5,000 account. It's taken 85 trades, 17 times it's had a dollar cost average. All the back tests is all here, so you have the transparency. You can see what it's done along the way. So you got the buys, the sells, the buys, the sells. These are all longs that it took. You can see that even the point where it hit a dollar cost average here, right, and boom, right out in profit. But you can see it really doesn't DCA a lot. But even in a small downtrend, right, this is where that DCA pays off to get you out. And again, we coded this ATA, which stands for Automated Trading Assistant, to trade a lot like we do, right? We wanted to scalp, get in, get out, make your money, right? That way you don't get caught in those crazy parabolic movements. But this is all 100% automated. When you come up to the indicator here, I can mute the long. This is what my shorts have been doing. Made $436 in 15 days, 68 total trades, $16 cost averages. And you can see these are all the shorts, right? So it got stuck a little bit here, but this was the one I talked about yesterday. Really cool. So it tried to get out here, couldn't do it. And then look at this peak that it caught right here, and then just came back, boom, right out. So took a little time, and then just got back to work, right? And then same thing here, right? Boom, caught the peak perfectly out. So 100% automated. And then now it's just been short in the market. These all happen. Like look at this. This is around 1 in the morning. This was like 5 in the morning. I mean, I'm sleeping, but I'll let the thing just keep earning for me. So, yeah, so we're doing pretty good on LTC, guys. It's really fun to kind of open up both of them, and then you can kind of see here how it looks. I mean, this thing is just active. I mean, it is definitely at work for me. So, I typically trade options. I like to kind of trade the stock side of it with options, and then we built the crypto side of it where it just trades for me. So a lot of you guys that actually trade stocks and trade options and stuff, and you're just hesitant on crypto, this could be for you, right? Because you can come in and just set up the technology. And the beauty is you don't really need to know a lot of how to trade crypto to run these. All we do is, and this we teach this in the room. I'm going to mute this because we're changing the time frame. Is you just need to be able to mark your range. So we have our low, we have our high, and here's where we are, right? So as we get closer to the higher part of the range, we're going to stop our long. As we get closer to the lower part of the range, we'll stop our shorts. And so, you're really just trading the range and then let it work for you. And setting these up are super simple. I mean, we can do it really fast. So put that back on the 1 minute. So it just goes into an alert. You can see on the right here, these are all the alerts I'm running. So I'm running a Aave short, ETH long, ETH short, LTC long, and LTC short. That's the ones that I'm running here. And then you can see these are all just signal calls that we put out in the room that alert me. And then Yep. And so let's take a look at the other ones. Guys, let's move on here. So it's only got about 10 minutes, and I try to respect everybody's time on this. So let's take a look at ETH. Let's see where that's at. We do know that it was stuck at some point in the short from the parabolic move. So let's take a look at the long first. Okay. So it looks like our long is now stuck here. So it has the entry of 1900, but if y'all remember on the ETH, I did not DCA more than 2 times purposely because I knew we would come back further down, right? On the other ones, I stopped the DCA too, but the ETH, I typically just let it run because I trade ETH typically anyways, so I'm not worried about where it goes. I can get out of pretty much anything, but if you take your shorts, you can see we're almost actually out of the short here where we did the DCA2. So ETH's kind of in limbo, but it's done really well, guys. I mean, we still 17 days. You know, the shorts made $360, and the longs made 100, right? So, actually, the longs only 10 days. So, so even though we're stuck in the middle here, I'm not worried. I know it'll work its way out. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I don't have any concerns really with ETH. I always tell everybody, always pick one pair to be a little more aggressive on because as a trader, you know, if you get stuck, fighting one pair is not really difficult. It's fighting two or three or four pairs that gets really complicated. So, ETH is kind of my pair that I've chosen to fight that I'm okay with if it gets away from me. So let's see how the Aave did. Okay, so here's the Aave shorts. Let's go to the 1 minute. If you ever don't have the stats, you might be on the wrong time frame. Just click on the 1 minute. Make sure you're on the right time frame. All right, so shorts are not quite out on my Aave. I do not have Aave DCAing more than one time. If I would have put a second one, this is where it gets fun, right? The shoulda, woulda, couldas. So if I would have clicked this, right? Let's see if it would have took a second DCA anywhere in here. Oh, wouldn't have made it anyways yet. So either way, we're okay on that one. So we're just riding out the Aave short. The long actually has done pretty well. I stopped it last night, so I didn't miss too much. I stopped it around, I think, on this one. So I've only missed these three trades, so not too bad. So my longs did make around 58 bucks on me here, and then the short's about 84. And this is only 6 days, so it all adds up, guys. You know, 100%. Like I said, automated. So. And then, you know, as far as the on the site, so we have a full training library. So if you're new and you're thinking, man, that sounds cool, technology, want to do that, but I know nothing. We have training here. We have community events. You can see here, if you go to community events, you know, you can see these are the huddles that we're in now. I have a Q&A after. You know, we can see, oh, that one looks like I pulled that video. Um, all the stuff here, right? And so if you click on the training, if you don't know how to actually trade, or you know, we have all of the setups in here, right? Default. So I have my screen kind of squinched, that's why it looks a little weird. All right, there we go. And so the beauty is all of our training is built through YouTube itself. So, and it's all on the site. So we recently pushed hard to get everything to our site to simplify things for you. So if you don't understand, you know, what a DCA is or how it works, right? You just click on this and it's going to pop up the YouTube video right here. And then you come in, you hit play, and there you go. You got your video going, right? And so there's the training that you need, right? And it's super fast, super simple. If you don't know anything about exchanges or how to set them up, you know, you can come over to these tabs right here. So let's say you decide you want to set up a Coinbase, right? You just click Coinbase, takes you right to all the setups on Coinbase. So how to deposit it, how to withdraw it, all that stuff, right? So the ATAs and stuff like that. You come into here. This is where you would add your exchange. So this is a test account that I use for my admin one. So when you click exchange, you can see I have my Coinbase test here that we were doing. But it tells you your exchange. It'll track your growth of it, right? All that. And then the actual ATA itself, when you come onto the trading ATA on the dashboard here, it will tell you, you know, all the setup stuff you need right here. Um, it will tell you basically which pairs you're actually trading. If they're in trades, you can turn them off if you like. You can delete it, edit it, whatever you need. So, and then we have all the descriptions in here as far as what you need. So, I'm going to come back to here, guys. So let's just, I have about 6 minutes left. I'm not going to touch any more on Aave anyways. So let me cover some other pairs real fast, just in case people want to start some stuff up. I did this the other day, but we'll do it again. So Doge, you can see, remember we talked about Doge, what was it? Doge and XRP. This pump probably wasn't going to hold. If you wanted to set your ATA up to take shorts, you know, it'd probably do really well. That looks like that played out pretty well. So A lot of what we were looking to hold was a rejection around this yellow line, but we also want to hold this rejection below here. That's going to push it back down into this column where it was trading sideways. So for Dogecoin, I still am not going to really touch it. I think if you didn't capture these shorts, you could potentially still rock the short. I would just set that stop loss. So because you can have another parabolic move, but Doge loves to pump and dump. This thing does it all day long. So keep a careful watch on Doge. Let's take a look at XRP. Good old XRP. So XRP is a little different, and it's interesting, right? So we talked about taking the short up here, right, which would have played out. But just be careful on those shorts. You may want to close them. It's and stop running it. There's other pairs that are a lot safer on the ATA. We are holding support here. The reason why I say that is if you go to the daily when we talked about XRP, um, we had this red line kind of as a significant line that we need to either hold as support or to break down as resistance. So if we break below this 49 like 0.497 or so range, then it's likely going to pull it back down into the 0.41. Now, if it continues to hold support, right, then that's where we talked about we could explode up as high as 55, even I mean really even 61, right? If it double bottoms here, so we have other pairs that are safer. So it's not my favorite. Y'all know, I mean, when we ranged in these ranges here, we ran the crap out of it. This is perfect ATA environment. This is not, right? Unless you want to play the short range for the gap fill. So I am not going to touch XRP yet, as far as with the ATA. Solana, I think, still ranging pretty well. So if you were looking for another pair, yeah, see, it's still ranging really well. So if you're looking for another pair to start up, Solana's right in the middle, between the top and the bottom. You can see my back test for the shorts. Had I continued to run this, looks like I would have made about $46 in 8 days. So it looks like it's been stuck on a short here, probably because I only have it set to one DCA, and I haven't touched it since I stopped. I'm not actually running it, but if you set that second DCA, watch it. It will probably have gotten out up here somewhere. Let's see. It is still thinking. Yep, look at that. So the second DCA would have got it out right here, and it would have continued to trade like a crazy person, right? So that's why, uh, the reason why I didn't set that on this one is because I wasn't monitoring it because I wasn't actually running it, right? But if I'm actually running that, you do want to anticipate that second DCA because you can see how that can change your outcome quite a bit. So um, let's take a look at Matic, and that'll be my last one here. All right, Matic. So Matic, I was running the long only. You guys can see here. I am not running it anymore currently, but we can still click it and let's see how it would have done. Probably pretty well, yeah. So pretty well actually. 12 days, $131, right? I stopped running it I think a couple days back, so somewhere in here. Um, it's still not a bad choice to run, guys. If you want to run the long only because we we, we could reject for sure and come down here, but then you can add your GCA 2, 3, and it's likely to get a big bounce at least once from this level, which is around the dollar range, $1.01. And then, worst case, if this trend line breaks, the next level is 0.95, right? Where we get a bounce. But you could run even possibly shorts. I would suggest if you're going to run a short, I would put a stop loss, maybe like about 4 to 5% or so, and then just don't have it trade anymore if it hits your stop loss because we still could potentially push up, right? So you do have kind of a rising wedge coming through here from the fall, so it's likely to do that. But yep, that's kind of my thoughts on Matic. So I do have 9 o'clock. Let's touch real quick again. Yeah, pre-market's still down. But the SPX is still holding this area here. I want to see a break below that, but the Dixie is climbing too. So Should be an interesting day, guys. We have a holiday coming up. The market makers love to pump and dump, because they want to trap people into contracts for the weekend. I try to get out of all my contracts before holiday weekends because I just don't like leaving them open for that many days without knowing what's going on. I mean, so much can change in the economy and in the markets, so it's not worth it. But um, guys, if you're not in the community, you guys can come in for free. Botjok.com, BOTJOK.com. Um, you get a lot of stuff actually that we have allowed. So, when you come in for free, I mean, you get the getting started information, you get the actual trading floor. You can come in and talk to us. You don't get the signals unless you're a paid member, but you do get community events and you get some training, right? And you also have a lot of other stuff down here that you get, such as trading tips and news. So trading tips is for people that just don't know how to trade, and they're really wanting to just read something. You can click on, like, say, support and resistance, and we have a full explanation of kind of how to read that. And then, let's say you want to learn how to identify a trend line, you can click that as well, and you can see full explanation on that. So we do check news. All the news is right here at one fingertip. You have the economic events here that you can check, and it tells you everything that's going on. You can see the site's super responsive. So if you don't want to look at 5, 10, 15 different sites, right, we have it all here in one shot. So got my doodles in the background there. And then news, I love how the news sets up. It's like a tile format like this, makes the news really easy to see. So all that stuff's free. So all you need is an email. You don't even need a credit card to sign up. So just log in, sign up with your email, and you guys can come in and check all that out, and you can chat with us on the trading floor. And if you like the products, you like the indicators that we offer, you can see all of our indicators are custom under here. So you can see these are all of our indicators that we have. So you can check it all out, and if it's something you like, you can sign up. We do 5 days free trial, no commitment, no contracts. If you don't like it, you cancel. I mean, I'm not sure how many other ways we can put it out for free for you guys. So we want to be fully transparent and get you guys in to check it out and try to help you guys out. So I do need to cut off, so at least for YouTube here for the training, because we are past the 30 minutes, and I try to respect people's time. So I'm going to stop on YouTube here, ending the broadcast, but I'm going to